Before this video plays, Tom Kenny, if you're watching this, I want you not to feel guilty in any way, shape or form. It was totally my fault, my idea, my shit. Hello YouTube subscribers, I'm George from Tom Kenny Is Lovely. And I've got a story to tell you. About a year ago, me and Charlotte asked each other, we said, how much do you want to meet Tom? And we were like, oh, a lot. And then we said, shall we say how much we want him, like, in a punch? So punch the sofa as hard as you can to show how much you want to meet him. And I just remember Charlotte was sitting there for ages, and then eventually she went, ah, boom, and she punched the sofa. And I was like, whoa, and it was pretty hard, like you could tell. And she was like, oh, afterwards I was like, you okay? She was like, yeah. It came to my turn, and I was like, okay. I really got into it, and I went, boom, like that on the sofa, full pelt, and I was like, damn, homie, it like proper hurt my arm. I was like, ow, like that, and I could move it and everything. I was like, no biggie. A few hours later, my arm started to swell up. it was like really big and puffy, and I was like, oh snap. And I looked at it, and it was like, oh man. So and then another hour passed, and I started not being able to move my arm. I was like, oh no, I've freaking broke it or something. It really hurt, and I went up and I told my mum, I said, I think I've broken my arm, and she said, how'd you do it? And I was like, oh snap. So I said, I sat on it. I said that I just went, as you do, and so the next day I had the day off school, yes, and I went to the hospital, and they x-rayed me, and I pulled a tendon and cracked a knuckle, punching the sofa for Tom. And the nurse was like, how did you do that? And then I made up another story. I said I ran into my front room and it was slippery and I slipped and my hand fell on my bone in my bum, and then I bounced back up, and she was like, oh okay, I don't quite know how you do that. And I was like, oh yeah. But yeah, it was that knuckle, and I saw it on x-ray, and it had this huge crack down it, and this whole tendon in my arm was where I'd punched, and it had bent a bit, and that had kind of like stretched. So yeah, Tom, you know, if you ever walking down the street with me and someone comes up and they start attacking you, they'll get a cracked knuckle and a pulled tendon, power in their face. Love you, babe. Peace.